Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 21 of the Growth Academy podcast. Hope you're having a good day, whatever you're doing right now. I hope it is going well. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about some of the things I've been learning about sleep, some of the ways I've been able to get a better sleep. Obviously hours you get sleep every night is real big, but this is going to focus more on getting a higher quality sleep. So we all know you should we're going to be talking about it, but most people need around 8 hours of sleep each night. But you can also try to get those hours that you are asleep to be a high quality and to wake up less and to get a deeper sleep. So anyway, without further ado, let's go straight into this podcast. The first thing I want to talk about is your routine. That's what I've found to be one of the biggest things when it comes to the quality of your sleep. The hours you're asleep aren't actually that important if you don't have a good routine. For example, I was going to bed, let's just say 9, waking up at 5 every night because I start work at 6. So that's probably like my normal. In fact, that's probably what I do right now. Actually, that's the routine I'm currently in. But then if I take one night and I go out to church or something, and I've got something where I'm out late at night, that's going to lead me to waking up. Even if I wake up at the same time, the fact that I go to sleep really late not affects my sleep. And I know it's not just because the hours are shorter, but it's because the routine's different. Because I also know if I go to sleep on a weekend and I know I can sleep in a little bit, I'll go to bed a little bit later and wake up a little bit later, the quality of my sleep will actually be way worse. And I know that because I've been tracking it through some apps on my phone, and I've got Apple Watch where I've been tracking my sleep and the quality of it and everything. And I always have a lower quality sleep when I'm out of my routine. So one thing I'm working on at the moment is even on the weekends waking up at the same time every single day, which at the moment is 5 a.m. because I've got work at 6. And so that's the routine I'm currently in and trying to get even more into on the weekends and everything, which I'd usually sleep in maybe like an hour or so, but now I'm trying to stay in that routine every single day. And I'm going to go through a few more points, and at the end I'm going to give you guys some quick tips that I'm just going to go through. We've got a few bullet points that I'm just going to say these are the things you should be doing every day to get a higher quality sleep. But the next thing I want to talk about is that everyone needs a different amount of sleep. This is something I kind of talked about in the intro, and some people have been telling me they've been able to train themselves to sleep less hours and be okay with it. For example, people have gone down to like 6 hours a night of sleep, and that really interested me because I'm like, damn, if I can be awake for 2 more hours during the day, that can give me so many more opportunities to be productive and to get more stuff done and to be less stressed because I have more time to get my to-do list done every day. But then I started researching and I started looking it up, and that's true for some people. Some people can rely on less sleep and be totally all good with it, but also some people can't, and they are long sleepers. They need the 8 hours, some even need 9 hours of sleep. I found for me, I've been fine if I'm combining 8 hours of sleep with a healthy eating and exercising every day, which we'll talk about more later. But with the 8 hours and the healthy eating, that leads to me being well rested every day, being able to wake up and be productive and do my thing. Although that means that you could be different depending on how many hours you need. So you can try decrease those hours. You can try see how low you can get it. I wouldn't go below 6 hours of sleep every night, but just take that with caution if you're trying to train yourself to be able to deal with less sleep. The next thing I want to talk about is having a wind down period is probably one of the most important things when it comes to getting a high quality sleep as well. So for me, that comes to reading a book, which is another point, but I'll just combine that with this one, I guess. Reading a book before you go to bed will help you fall asleep faster, and it'll also help you get high quality sleep as well. And so my routine basically at the moment is I finish using all devices an hour before I go to bed, or before I want to be asleep. So at the moment, I want to be asleep by 9 at the latest. So at 8 p.m., that's when I stop using all my devices. That's when I finish working on my laptop or on my phone, put everything to go charge for the night, set my alarms, make sure the sound's on, make sure the alarms are going, and everything's set up for me to wake up in the morning. And then after that, I do not touch any devices. I then go into my little evening routine, which isn't much. It's basically make my breakfast and my lunch for the morning. So I don't need to do that in the morning. And then I'll go like brush my teeth and like shave and everything and do all that sort of stuff, head to bed. Then that'll give me about like 30-40 minutes of just being able to read and fall asleep. And that's sort of what I do in the night to make sure I fall asleep quickly and also have a high quality sleep. One thing I also want to investigate in the future a little bit more is how your morning routines affect your energy throughout the day. That's something that I've been really interested in because sometimes I'll get my 8 hours, I'll get even 9 hours of sleep, and I just have no energy in the morning. It's just gone. I definitely don't have any more energy if I sleep 7 or 8 or 6 hours. And so I'm starting to wonder if me going on my phone is one of the first things in the morning affects my energy for the rest of the day, because that's what I noticed once I woke up early. And I think I was planning on I was trying to get into a routine where I was trying to wake up earlier, found out that didn't work. But also spent basically the whole morning just on my phone before I went to work. And the whole day I just felt rubbish. Like I had no energy, no nothing. I was eating well. I got my 8 hours of sleep in, but I just had no energy. So I'm trying to figure out in the future. I won't test it yet, but I'm thinking your morning routines could have a big effect on your energy for the next day. So I'm going to start researching that. But without further ado, I'm going to go through some quick tips on how you can improve your sleep and see if these apply to you. And you should definitely try to implement these at least. The first one being download a blue light filter on your laptop or your phone or whatever you're using at night. This has been around for ages, and I've been doing this for ages. I'm like I'll flex that I've been using a blue light filter for ages, but nowadays on iPhones, I assume they're available on Androids as well. They're kind of like inbuilt into the phone. If you set up your bedtime on your Apple or on your iPhone, even your Apple Watch or anything, it will automatically turn that blue light filter on. It's all within the iPhone. But if you don't have that available, there's heaps of apps everywhere. I've used it for ages. I've got one on my MacBook. I don't know if it does it automatically with my bedtime, but I've got an app that basically makes my screen basically yellow. And it looks kind of weird at first, but it will help you go to sleep so much. I mean, when I first did it, it looked real weird. I'm like, what the heck is this? But I started using it, and I could basically be on my laptop at night and then still fall asleep real easy, which if you don't have a blue light filter, that's actually really hard to do. So get a blue light filter if you don't have one. Second quick tip, don't eat late in the evening. If you're eating heaps before you go to bed, that's going to make it real hard to go to sleep. There's a whole bunch of stuff about eating like raises your body temperature or stuff, and then like after you've digested it, like your body temperature starts to cool down again. So, I don't even know. I don't really care about it too much, but don't eat late in the evening. That's really important. The other one being no devices an hour before bed. As I said, that's what I do in my evening routine. That also leads to you being a good time to read. One thing I've done that I haven't read anywhere, but it's been real helpful for me, is I went through my room. I've got a TV, I've got a fan, I've got a charger, I've got a couple chargers in here, and all these things are like producing little lights that are actually quite bright. And so when I turn all my lights off, have my curtains closed, there's still like a few bright lights just sort of going around my room. And so I basically just got some tape, like some black electrical tape, and just taped up all those lights so you can't see any of them. That's a tip I'll give to you. That was really helpful for me, and I hope that helps you. Another tip is only using your bed for sleep. Don't do any work in it, don't watch TV in it, don't use your phone in it. Reading is what I do, and I'm okay with it, but maybe that's even bad. Maybe you should read outside of your bed, like in your room. I'm not too sure about that, but basically just having your bed as a place where you know when you jump into bed, you're going to sleep, and that's what you're there for. And it's been real helpful for me. Another one is turning a fan on. That's super key, especially in summer, just for temperature wise. But I think I also like having the sound of the fan. It helps me go to sleep. Having that little bit of white noise, having a little bit of breeze, that's super helpful for me. And the last one to finish off the podcast is exercise during the day for a better sleep at night. At the moment, I've been working out for about 30 minutes, which is not actually that long, just 30-minute exercise every day. And it helps me go to bed, because when it gets later, 7, 8 p.m., which thing about I'm supposed to be asleep by 9. When it gets to those later hours, I get really tired. Not like a normal tired, like a good tired, like, I can actually go to bed now. Whereas if I don't exercise, you know what it's like if you've just been inside watching movies or watching YouTube all day. You're not tired, and you just feel like you can still, well, even if you do feel tired, you just feel like you can't go to sleep. But if you go outside, get some sun on you, or even just go outside if it's not sunny, get some exercise in, and it'll be way better sleep. I don't even like stats on how much of a better sleep it is, but you know the difference, and you know what I'm talking about. When you've been inside watching movies all day, you have a terrible sleep that night. It's real hard to get to sleep. So go outside to exercise. That's my last tip. And yeah, that's all the content I wanted to go through for this episode. I've just been trying to learn more about sleep recently and how it affects you. I've been trying to learn how I can have more energy during the day, and obviously sleep's a big part of that. Also diet and exercise and all that plays a part, but sleep's obviously one of the biggest parts. So anyway guys, I hope this podcast brought you some value. If it does, there'll be another one coming out next week, so make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys there. Peace out.